Hello everyone and welcome back to my B&B Everyday YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Steffi serves her mama coffee, saying that Taylor is glowing. She's thrilled to see her mama so happy and spending time with Ridge. She knows effects are complicated, but that Taylor needs to flash back how good effects were. Steffi suggests that Taylor not rush into anything, but be open to the idea of a reunion with Ridge, who's easily her person. Taylor worries that Brooke is still in the picture and will presumably do commodity, like she always does. Steffi points out how crazy it's that Brooke allowed Ridge would be okay with her conduct. It's just Brooke being Brooke, allowing she can charm her way back into his life no matter the depth of her treason. Taylor points out that her son sounds a whole lot like her namesake Stephanie. Grandmother realized from the start what an opportunist she was, and I suppose Pater eventually realizes it now. Taylor agrees they should entrust Brooke, who'll no doubt essay to win him back. Taylor says they've all seen how low Brooke will sink to if she thinks she's about to lose Ridge. But Steffi insists this time, effects are different, especially because she betrayed not only Ridge but Eric. She claims that she cares about him, but her conduct proves else, says Steffi. Anyone who's done half of what Brooke has would have been banished from their lives ever by now, but she's still around. That's why I no way count her out. Steffi understands her mama's concern, but says there's no way Ridge will forgive Brooke and take her back this time. Elektra and Will arrive at Forrester Creations and explains that Remy was the person behind the deep fakes. Katie can't apologize enough, and makes it clear the youngish woman shouldn't have been fired in the first place. We get further after school special lectures about deep fakes and the troubles of artificial intelligence. We should have known better, says Katie, pulling Elektra into a clinch. Brooke says she's glad everything worked out, also defenses herself. I've commodity important to do. Everyone agrees Elektra should take the day off. Praise is heaped upon Will, with Elektra styling him her idol. The two of them sit to talk, which involves digesting the entire Remy saga, complete with flashbacks. Hey, they've to get their plutocrats worth out of that position shoot, right? With the Pens having forgotten the show us, do and tell us rule, Elektra says it's that Remy was taken in by the authorities. All's well that ends well off-screen, as our youthful suckers kiss. At the Forrester manse, Eric and Ridge are both stewing about recent events. Ridge simply can't believe Brooke betrayed him in so painful a way. My fondness for Brooke is starting to fade, says Eric. Ridge admits that this cut is so deep, he's not sure it'll ever heal. She keeps doing these effects to me, he continues, adding that he has someone in Taylor who would not do this type of thing to him. Ridge says that Taylor means the world to him and that he's missed her. What has he missed most? Her integrity. No sooner does Eric ask if this might be the end for Brooke and Ridge than she walks through the frontal door. She asks to speak to Ridge alone. When you hear what I've to say, it'll change everything for the two of us, the Golden insists. Ridge snappily goes on the attack, and Brooke mentions having seen him with Taylor. But neither wants to bandy Taylor, and Brooke gets effects back on track, eventually revealing that she took the CEO job to get the company back into Ridge and Eric's hands. None of this makes any sense to me, he blusters. She says she wanted to tell him the whole story the other night, but saw Taylor coming down the stairs and was so worried she had to leave. But now she needs him to know exactly what she did and why. I know you turned to Taylor, and that breaks my heart. But I'm not going to dwell on that. She urges him to suppose back to their time in Rome, and that he saw his unborn his Logan, when he looked through the fortune-revealing keyhole. She begs him not to give up on their future. Ridge Forrester will remain outraged over Brooke Logan's decision to accept the Forrester CEO position, so he'll articulation to Eric Forrester as he continues recycling this treason. Still, Brooke will ultimately show up with some huge news since she didn't have a chance to unmask her intentions the last time they talked. Once Brooke saw Taylor Hayes wearing Ridge's shirt on the staircase, she got emotional and stomped off. Now that Brooke and Ridge have both had an occasion to calm down, she'll approach him again and hope for a more productive discussion. Ridge won't see what they've to talk about since Brooke's part in the preemption tells him each he needs to know. Nonetheless, Brooke will move Ridge to at least hear her out. There's a veritably good reason why Brooke accepted Carter Walton's offer to rise to the Forrester throne. Brooke will eventually reveal her true motives to Ridge, So he'll get updates on her plan to get Carter to subscribe new LLC documents and officially give power back to the Forresters. After Brooke assures Ridge that Forrester belongs to him, she'll promise to get it back in his hands thanks to this secret scheme of hers. Unfortunately, Ridge will end by Brooke's attempt to justify her conduct and may seriously misdoubt that this plot will indeed work. Ridge will still view Brooke as a snake, so this discussion will end have the outgrowth that she was hoping for. At the Precipice House, Steffi Forrester will get the feeling that Taylor is nervous about what Brooke might do next. Taylor will make a vaticination about Brooke trying to win Ridge back, so she may admit she's more concerned for Ridge than for herself. Although Taylor would like the occasion to reunite with Ridge, she'll substantially be bothered about Brooke dragging him back down the wrong road and calling it fortune. Taylor will suppose Ridge and Brooke are right for each other, so she'll stopgap he can stand strong against her. Eventually, Bill Spencer will continue to go over the new rules Luna Nozawa has to follow at the Spencer manse. Luna can't leave the estate and can't tell anyone that she's there, but she'll contend she's on board and will formally again covenant not to let Bill down. Bill and Luna's strange bond will lead to further issues in the coming occurrences. Steffi Forrester remains a major character who knows how to snare suckers' attention. Whether you love her or detest her, Steffi is a force to be reckoned with and always brings some entertainment. It's time to look ahead and suppose about what's in the workshop. Some huge story developments are going to shake effects up, so then are 3 twists that are brewing for Steffi. When Steffi gets updates on Bill Spencer throwing his power around and getting Luna Nozawa out of jail, that'll clearly be a twist for Steffi, who'll blow her top and maybe wonder if there's some way to fight this. Still, Steffi will inescapably find that she can't undo Bill's conduct. Despite all her temporary insanity defenses, Luna's release may spell trouble, and could put Steffi in grave peril again. We wouldn't be surprised if there was a reprise of all the pen chaos or if Luna did commodity indeed worse to Steffi down the road. Steffi could fluently involve a surprise path back to Forrester power. Steffi isn't going to give up when it comes to restoring her co-CEO status at the company, so she may find a way to reclaim the throne along with Ridge Forrester. Brooke Logan is working on a plan of her own, but it's doubtful Steffi will put important faith in her formerly she hears the news. Steffi may resolve to come up with her own scheme rather, and play a crucial part in pulling the hairpiece out from under Carter Walton as well as Hope Logan. Parent trap backfires. Steffi likes to claim she's not parent enmeshing presently, but let's be real, she's completely trying to push Ridge and Taylor Hayes back together. However, Steffi may ultimately learn you should be careful what you wish for. If Taylor and Ridge are indeed on the road to a full-bloated reunion, Steffi is formerly a bit cautious of Taylor getting her heart broken each over again, but Ridge has tried to assure her. Unfortunately, we know Ridge better than he knows himself, so he's no way going to treat Taylor the way she deserves to be treated. Steffi could be in for a rude awakening when Ridge hurts Taylor formerly more and bursts the happy reunion bubble she's trying to produce. Indeed, if Taylor and Ridge enjoy some renewed bliss for a while, it may not be meant to last. Steffi's world will spin out in some shocking ways in the coming months, so stick with us for further prognostications on all the mayhem.